Wow.
Wow.
If you guys
Big guys on a little couch.
Right
I
up
see it up
there
there.
is where the camera is, so that's where you want to look, guys.
Look up there. Don't look at me. Look up there. Don't look at me. It's so hard for me not to look at me.
It's absolutely hysterical. You guys, if you could have seen this place just a few seconds before, I don't know, Michael was kind of mean. Wasn't he mean?
Super mean.
He was so mean.
Bridget, who was the mean one? You saw that he took her side, so I mean, you said it was 50-50. I know, but that was before he took your side. It's 50-50. They said it was 50-50. Half one is on my side, one's on your side.
The voice you guys are hearing is Bridget, who is, if you read the description, that is actually Derek's very, very special lady. And what I put in there in italics, because there's a little inside joke, is the future Miss Smith.
She did put that on the description.
But then I added, Derek, if you're smart, she's a keeper. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
She did do that.
Yeah. So we've been having a ball here, haven't we?
We've been having a good time.
Yeah.
I've had no balls.
You do have no balls. I keep telling you this.
That is horrible.
He fell right in.
That was bad. I did walk into that one. I thought I was being funny, and then it kind of just made me into no balls. I do have a big bowl of pasta and beef that I will be eating during this. So I just got home. What were we talking about, baby?
Mo D's, thank you so much. He says, hello, everybody. Let's fucking go. I just want to shout out Rebecca for smashing her goal. She looks amazing and so happy. You're glowing, MrsMonster. Thank you so much. It has been an absolute journey, but I want to give a shout out right now to Derek Smith. Like I said, we've been having an awesome time, and I'm just really, I want to tell you, huge thank you. Huge thank you. I mean, he's always the perfect house guest. He's so easy, but beyond that, he is excellent training partner for Michael. They've been killing each other.
Well, it really helped a lot because of the different things he presents on the table.
Right.
Long lever.
We're going to get into that.
Very difficult to find an arm that long.
Yeah. So if you haven't looked up Michael's opponent, Rivas, have a look at that, because we basically recreated that right here.
Larger version.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we haven't talked with you guys. We got a super chat right here. Juju Mugu, wow, Gorilla cut his beard and really streamlined. Yeah, Levin Gasparini, thank you so much for dropping that. Phil Woody, you from the UK, thank you for staying up to be on with us. You're absolutely awesome, dude. So what I want to get in is we need to recap just a little bit, because we haven't been live with you guys.
Yeah, we have not.
For a bit, because we've been so busy. And frankly, this is going to be the last live I've decided today until we're in Istanbul with
Ermes
Gasparini. We're going to do a live with Ermes Gasparini. This guy will also be in Istanbul. Oh, I've jumped ahead. Well, you're going to be there anyway,
right?
Announced it, yeah. So we got more to go on with that. But so that next live will not probably be until May 19th or even the 20th. So let's recap.
Yeah, recap it.
You guys, Corey and Krasi.
What do you think? What were your thoughts going into that match?
Going into the match, before I saw it, I thought Corey would have horsepower, but I thought that Krasi might have enough stopping power to make it an endurance match. And if that happened, I thought Krasi would have an edge. I put Krasi as the favorite in that before. Obviously, I was way wrong. Well, actually, no, I was right. I mean, Corey had so much more horsepower that it wasn't even a match.
It didn't become any type of endurance match.
Yeah, I just didn't go an endurance match. So, but yeah, so I guess Corey that was wild. That was such a landslide victory.
It was very impressive. But yeah. What was some of the immediate reactions or immediate comments that I saw post match? Well, Krasi's not the same. I don't think that was it. He knew he had 2 months notice for that match. He's posting training videos every week, and he'd already called out Todd Hutchins.
Yeah. But I mean, even if people try to say Krasi wasn't the same, like, he would have had to fallen so far from the old Krasi for that to happen, then look like that. He would have to be like a quarter of the old Krasi. You know what I mean? If that's your argument, that he's just not the same and Corey's weak, then he would have had to fallen so far to get dominated that bad by someone that's weak, right? So, or Corey's just that strong. Right. Yeah, so I mean, the odds are Corey would be that strong. Right.
It's what it looked like to me. I mean, I was super impressed. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had an idea. I knew stylistically, in my opinion, it was a bad matchup because you that's not a move you want to do against Corey. Corey's hands so thick. He's going to go right over the top. Even I said it in the interview. I mean, Michael's just biased. You know. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
I know.
I'm gonna GB19 is the Michael and Ermes feud over. Yes, they actually made up in Istanbul. That's a funny little story. But D. Nolan 1698. Michael, go carnivore for gains. New stuff coming out that mixing carbs and fat is terrible for heart health. Michael's heart is actually pretty damn healthy. We keep a good check on that. And I want to give a shout out to everyone watching on Facebook as well, because right now we are streaming both on YouTube and Facebook. I'm seeing some comments come in from Facebook. Guys, share. That is an easy platform for you to share to your feeds. Absolutely do that so that more people can see these two guys and hear about what is coming up in arm wrestling. And I think we've talked this fella into, you're going to get a fan page, right?
Yeah. Definitely going to start getting the Facebook thing popping off.
Awesome. So be looking
It's just really cool platform to expose newcomers to arm wrestling.
Right.
That's what we're seeing a lot of, and it's amazing. I do want to say thank you for the concern, but we have a meal plan right now that's working really well. I'm basically doing a modified what's a macro meal plan with my Monster Michael Todd bachelor diet, whatever, but also thrown into kind of a vertical diet. I'm just proteins, carbs about 40 a day, fats about 20 a day, somewhere in those numbers, 3,800 calories a day, and it's working. Like, I'm leaning out and I'm getting strong, so I'm excited about that.
So now I want to go ahead and lead into the next ridiculous match. And I know that all of you have been talking about it, but you haven't heard this guy talk about it. And these two talk. John and Pavlo.
Okay, so
is that guy? He just doesn't go away. John, I love you, but you're kind of making me think about like the cockroach. You know how the thing's going to survive even after nuclear war.
He meant that in a very nice way. Like cockroach is a good thing.
He's just going to keep going, guys.
Seriously,
there is no
throttling
stop.
Folks. I mean, it's very impressive. I mean,
you got to admit, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, that's not the best analogy, but it'll have to do for right now. Pavlo is a very strong young man, very strong. I had saw Ron Bath beat him at that minute in Dallas, in Atlanta, but he'd already pulled the super match first with Jerome Loud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't as telling, but I had an idea that the match would be similar to that. But what impressed me the most was how John won the first two rounds, and then round three, he's like, let's just test out that hook. Yeah. But that's what John does.
Yep. He gets comfortable, and then he's so versatile on the table, and arm wrestling is like breathing for John Brzenk. I mean, Ian Terzi said that to me before, and it made so much sense. It's just something he does naturally, and he flows in the match naturally. He can feel gap, and he has the ability to go wherever he wants and execute kind of wherever he wants. I mean, I do think he has his strongest parts, but even his non-strongest spots are still crazy strong, right? So he'll just randomly throw into a deep hook, even though I don't think that's his best spot. I think his ability to pronate and roll out is his best spot. But yeah, he'll throw in there just to test it out, which is like some GOAT stuff.
It really is impressive because I'm like, once I crack you, I'm probably going to keep trying to crack you. You know what I'm saying? But that was pretty impressive.
Billy Berg, thank you so much for the support. Says, keep up the great work, you two. Very proud. I want to squat Derek.
Let's not make this a thing. Let's not make this a thing.
Yeah, that was those are $100 super chats.
This is the new challenge, squat Derek. Yeah. Squat Derek Smith. So if you guys see him, just don't hesitate. Pick him up, throw him across your shoulders. I promise you, you can probably get it done, right? You think? I mean,
it costs me $100 each rep.
Each time.
Each rep is $100 from now on.
That's right. Okay.
I got off cheap then.
No, you did 2 reps, $200.
Oh, you did get 200. So he's like, first one to donate 100 or do a $100 super chat. We can see Michael squat me. And then 2 people did it. I'm like, holy shit. You just got to ask for $100 super chats and they come like that?
Yeah, you guys, if you are not subscribed to Derek Smith, you need to do so because he was live last night and these guys had a good time in here, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it started out, Michael is actually doing a squat workout where he's hitting PRs this week.
Not PRs.
Okay, never mind. He's doing a squat workout and he had to squat 345, pause rep. Turns out this fellow weighs
just about 345.
Just about 345. And so he just kind of threw it out there. And then Derek's like, all right, for $100, because we thought nobody would do it, right? For $100 super chat, I'll let Michael Todd squat me. 2 people did it like that.
Yeah,
I mean, with
fast.
seconds. It was absolutely ridiculous. So
and he said Dallas Langston couldn't find his card or something.
Yeah, Dallas said he was going to give $100.
Because there would have been more, right? Right. So that's Monster. Are you sitting down because your back hurts from squatting, Derek?
This is the only couch we could fit all 3 of us in.
Absolutely. I thought about going around the kitchen table, but so many people are used to seeing the Monster Factory, right? But we cannot talk about that match with Derek Smith and then talk about John's match and both. Not Derek Smith. We can't talk about Corey's match with. You'll have to forgive me. My brain
Corey and Krasi, and then John and Pavlo.
Yes, without then talking about the inevitable of them meeting up on the table July 9th at the Monster Factory arm wrestling. All right, guys.
Well,
what does this mean?
In my opinion, he cannot be as lackadaisical as he was with Pavlo against Corey.
John cannot be.
He cannot. If he allows Corey to jump on him, that's a whole lot of dude to try to pull back out of it.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm of the same opinion. I think that if John lets Corey get anywhere near like that bulldozing sideways girthy boy weight thrown in there, I feel like that. I don't think John's just a little too small frame, a little too old to be able to handle all that. I just can't see him withstanding that much movement and that much weight and pressure. But I am of the opinion that if John starts getting into his spot, I think he's formidable to anybody. And I think he's pretty smart at getting into his spot. But yeah, like I said, if Corey gets in his spot, I don't know if John holds that.
It's going to be exciting. I mean, it's a great match. It's a huge match for Corey. It's a huge opportunity. Anybody who gets to a super match with John Brzenk is a huge opportunity. Mm-hmm. Right? So, and because of his GOAT status, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going against a guy who's accomplished everything, right? So you never know. Nothing's a sure deal. Even when Devon and John pulled, there were people like, yeah, John might be able to pull it. You know, you just couldn't because of John. Yeah. Like, you could never count out John. Right. So it's exciting.
Y'all, as Michael Todd is over here eating, I'm sitting here watching sweat just pour off his head. And what did I talk to you about before we actually started? I said, you're going to need to turn on the
air. I did.
You did? Mm-hmm. He must have said it at like 78 because it's warm.
It's at 70.
There's a whole lot of meat right here, you know, on either side of me, and I'm just like in the oven right now. So anyhow.
But I always sweat when I eat.
The Hunster said, did y'all see pics of Devon easily holding Toddzilla?
All we've seen is a pic. Yeah. That could have been a thumbnail.
You have no idea.
We literally do you know anything? Do you have any inside knowledge?
People that were there just saying that they both, that was at the end of the practice. They both pulled for like 3 hours before that, each against everybody else. And then they met up at the end. So who knows what those matches looked like beforehand or like how tired they each were. I mean, not to say, I imagine Devon's insanely strong right now.
You have to think so. If he's prepping for LeBron, he can't be any previous Devon we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Is David Brammer says, is Corey West going to take on Derek? I think this actually, I want to do a little bit more recapping, but we should go ahead and make the announcement. Now, if you were on Derek's channel last night, you heard it. Derek already has something in his sights.
Yeah, so randomly, I mean, I was going to Ingen Terzi hit me up to go to East vs. West where Mike's competing against Ravaz, and I was just going to go commentate and hang out. I had a feeling in the pit of my stomach that maybe they would ask me if like something went completely wrong. And Rebecca actually said that the other day. She goes, "Watch, if they need someone to step up, they'll ask you to pull." And I was like, I just can't see it. There's no way. And sure enough, by the end of the night, I get a message from Ingen Terzi saying Kirgali Angarbayev from Kazakhstan had to pull out due to some kind of health issue. And so they need someone to step up. He was going to pull Marcio Barbosa, which is East versus West, and then Artem Morozov and Tobias Barong were going to pull each other right-handed, but that's East versus East, right? So they'd rather have East versus West. So they said, "Hey, Derek, would you like to pull Morozov or Tobias Barong?" And I was like, "Well, man, Morozov, that sounds crazy. I want to pull Morozov." And so then Marcio said he'll pull Tobias Barong. Anyway, so I got the match versus Artem Morozov, which is ranked 11th in the world. I think I'm 14th on that list somewhere. So yeah, we're going to throw my hat in the ring. 3 weeks of prep. I mean, I've been lifting and stuff. I'm not out of shape, but 3 weeks of focus prep. So we're going to see.
Can I just say that I did I not call it?
You did?
I did. The night before, they're like, Derek's going there and he's just going to commentate and all this. I said, no, he's going to end up arm wrestling.
He just said that.
And why? Why did I say he's going to arm wrestle? Because there's always somebody, when you've got a card that big, there's going to be someone that can't make it due to
there's going to be injury, there's going to be COVID, there's going to be something. Somebody's getting something. You know?
So there's one more person that I know of for a fact that's going to be there that is not on the card.
Well, you just said it. We're going to be doing live. Ermes is going to be there. So
yes,
would Ermes take a match if someone wasn't able to make it? I mean,
interesting.
I would assume he would probably be willing, but you never know.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you are out there and you want to be on the East versus West card and you haven't got the call, just get on a plane and be there because you never know what might happen.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Corey go, but he has a match the same day.
The same day. He's got several matches.
Yeah,
several matches.
Who's he got the same
day?
He's
pulling Ryan Espy left-handed, and he's pulling
Megan
Mike and Robbie Burnett.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, both of them. Okay, so
the Ryan Espy left-handed match is the one that I'm most intrigued with because I just pulled Ryan Espy. Mm-hmm. But Corey has different set of skills than what I have left-handed, right? I think Corey's going to beat him. Ryan said in an interview that he thought he had a bigger frame than Corey. I'm like, very few people have a bigger frame than Corey. As far as natural frame, like I told you, at 11 years old, he's 6'3", 330. That's a frame. You know what I mean? So I like Ryan a lot. I don't think Ryan's going to beat him. Ryan's faster than him. I could see him hitting him out of position and get him that way. But if he doesn't, I don't think he's got the horsepower. My opinion.
Well, also, like, I mean, you haven't released the footage of us pulling it, right?
No. I'm working on their squat video, right? Or not their squat video. Their
Strict curl and city curl video.
strict curl and seated curl. And then after that, we've got these guys doing some practice.
You get to see, okay, Mike, what do you rank lefty right now?
Fifth.
So you get to be 5th ranked Mike left-handed, 9th ranked Derek left-handed. North America, throw everything we have at Corey left-handed. You get to see that footage coming up. So maybe give you guys a small, look. I mean,
yeah. So currently, I'm ranked 5th, and I think Corey's ranked like 7th.
Is he ranked 7th?
Yeah. On that one ranking. On the other ranking, which is that arm fighter ranking that I showed you the other day, I think he's ranked 3rd, and I'm ranked 5th. So they have him at 3rd there. But still, I'm not gonna say it because you got to beat me to take my ranking, right?
He's got
So, but until then, yeah, he's really strong.
he's really strong. And I know I can hang around where I'm at 9th. I think that's a great spot for me, left-handed, because there's guys around there that can bust and guys that can maybe bust me. So I'm not. It's not too far off. I think a true ranking for me. But you guys will see that footage shortly.
Yeah, he's strong. I mean, obviously, I was taking it easy on him, because he's my buddy and all. But
it was definitely 2 versus 1. We'll put it that way.
It was kind of a 2 versus 1. Like I would pull him, then Derek would jump in, and then I'd jump back in, and then Derek. And I don't think we ever.
And we
won.
thought he would get.
I don't think we ever
tired
won
at one point.
No,
I don't think we ever won.
He didn't get pinned that night.
He did it. Oh damn!
We tried.
I was just doing my own thing. I wasn't really paying like attention or anything, right?
Well, he did cry about the thumb thing that time, though. Remember, I had his thumb. And I definitely was going to win that one.
You had his thumb. You don't even bring shit. So
I'll take the wins however I can get them.
Horticulturist did hop on and say that Toddzilla did just release a video where he said he felt like Devon is several levels higher than he was when he pulled WAL.
Yeah.
So he feels like Devon has made all kinds of strides, right?
Well, I mean, you would think that this is the biggest match of Devon's career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's willing to go all in to be the very best version of himself.
Yeah.
So you would think that when he's 2 months out, he's going to be pretty strong. He's less than 2 months now.
Yeah. So did this practice happen? Did this after pulling? Was that after the tournament? Or did they do it a separate day?
It's the same.
It was after Todd pulled those 2 guys. Devon was watching. And Todd pulled the 2 guys.
So if you guys didn't know that, Todd had a double header.
What they call it, a handicap
2
match or something?
super matches.
I don't know what it was called.
Well, I mean, that's what they used to call it in wrestling. Like if you're WWE wrestling or something.
But he pulled pork chop.
And then he pulled the other dude. Then he pulled pork chop. Then he pulled the other dude. So it was a 6-round match, 2 guys, 3 matches each.
Yeah.
And he won 6-0.
And did pork chop do anything with him?
And he hooked.
He hooked.
I think he hooked the whole time. Both of them.
Yeah.
All 6 matches were hooked.
No, the other guy tried top on him.
Oh, yeah.
The other guy cracked his wrist by round 6, I think.
Yeah, I was wrong.
But yeah, it was really, really impressive. I liked that. I was like, I should start doing this.
Coldstone, I want to thank you so much for your support. And he says, Mike, do you think that the amount of times you were turned palm up on your arm wrestling tour negatively impacted you and maybe caused the nerve damage?
Well, I had the nerve damage prior to that. So somehow the nerve damage happened during COVID. It was really weird. So it really affected me then. And it affected me for a while. The muscle still atrophied, but I don't see my palm getting turned up anymore. I think I've corrected that issue.
We will talk more about that in just a minute with this guy that pulled around with him, right?
All right, so we also got Robbie Topie versus Paul Passmore.
Yes, we did not talk about that. Okay, so a lot of you guys only follow right-handed arm wrestling. I know that, and it's said over and over again, who cares about left? Because
people say that?
Yes, baby. But Robbie Topie was
number 5.
Number 5.
I was number 17.
And Michael was 17.
So I took number 5.
Until he beat Robbie, and then so we're watching.
Robbie fell to 6.
We're watching Robbie Topie and Paul Passmore. And I'm like, Michael, you better hope. He does
like it was absolutely nothing against Paul. I just wanted Robbie to win because it made me look better.
Yeah.
Right? And then Paul got in the first match.
He did.
I was like, oh well.
And I was like, oh, that doesn't look good.
South. But then what I felt like happened is Robbie thought that he had everything round 1 and there was a gap. Mm-hmm. So I felt like he did not take him as serious in the strap. And if you get tied to Paul Passmore, he's a strong dude. And he just drug him straight over, right? Mm. But then after that, every time Topie would crack his wrist and then hit him sideways and just open his arm up, take his wrist from him, and keep him out of his power.
Right.
So he ended up winning 3-1. But yeah, that was very impressive. The first round by Passmore, very, very impressive. And then watching Robbie do what Robbie does the next 3 rounds looked good for me. So that was awesome. But
6-0 switcheroo, I absolutely love you. He says, wait, people arm wrestle with their left hand.
yeah, I thought it was just for holding the peg.
Yeah.
But
Steve Booker says, I see that you're leaning out and looking great. What kind of diet are you on and what supplements do you take every day? Great time to give a shout out to Redcon.
Redcon 1. So we are taking their ration, their isotope. She does their MRE light. We do their double tap for cardio in the morning for our fasted cardio. I do Total War as a pre-workout, Breach as a post-workout, and sometimes I use Moab as a pre-workout as well. But my meal plan is essentially the Monster Michael Todd Bachelor Diet. Go to monstermichaeltodd.com. Click on, what is it, Monster Factory. From Monster Factory, go down to meal plan, kick meal plan. It's $39.95. It lays everything out for you. It's just basically a Bachelor Diet that's a macro meal plan. It's how she got in shape. It's how all my clients got in shape. And it's essentially what we know what to do to get in shape. You know?
And I haven't taken it, and I'm not in shape. See how that works?
We've been really jealous of what Bridget is feeding him, though.
Well,
With
especially
steak and mac and cheese last night.
It was a T-bone and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
He's like, would you like a piece of this? I'm like, yes. But,
I'm like, no, I'll stick to my chicken and
well,
green
it still
stuff.
fit inside my macros. I just couldn't have the whole thing.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah,
I got to
really
eat.
good.
I got weight to gain.
You do have weight to
I
gain.
got weight to gain.
And they went and ate pizza, but he ate it all at the restaurant, so he wouldn't have to bring it home and tempt me. That was nice.
I know them and their pizzas. I think that's pretty famous how much these two love their pizzas. So
We are very much.
And most
pizza
people
folks.
know what our favorite pizza is as well.
the Giordano's.
Giordano's,
Giordano's.
absolutely, 100%. So I want to hurry up and get through the next part because I want you two to talk about your training. But we had a fabulous time, guys at FitCon. I mean, first of all, that video is up over 200,000 today. Did you see that?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, it's not far behind Facebook then. I think it's like 274 on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's doing great.
So it's almost got 500,000 views already.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So Michael has had this dream forever, and the only way that it was staged,
I had a dream. No,
the only way that it was staged is that we told everybody what time to be there, but everybody actually pulled Michael for real. Now he was keeping people safe.
I can't say everybody pulled me for real.
When
ouch.
you pull back off the pad, the reason you
they're
do
like,
that.
I'm not impressed. His elbow came off the pad every time. I'm like, yes, and that's what keeps them from breaking their arm.
Yeah, guys, if you don't understand that,
the objective of a Beat the Champ is to not showcase how awesome I am, is to keep the guy safe and give them a story to tell for the rest of their life.
let them have fun as well, right?
If you watch Travis old school days, he would come 4 or 5 inches off the back pad because the guy would get so twisted up on the table.
Yeah.
And instead of
That's
he
how you
couldn't let
keep
the
him
guy
safe.
pin him because it defeats the purpose of what he's doing.
Yeah.
But he would pull him down just to keep him safe. So I just do something similar, except my elbow doesn't come that far off the pad. But and it's so funny. People are like, why don't you let him pull more like Devon? I'm like, well, nothing against Devon, but I think he's had like 14 people break their arms. You know, it's like, I'm not trying to let you get all twisted up and contorted and snap your shit. I'm like, all right, hey, ready to go. I feel pretty good. Boom. All right, pat him on the shoulder next, you know. But like I said, the thing about arm wrestling, it's what I tell everybody who is an arm wrestler who's looking for sponsors or looking, you know, to build their brand. The one thing that's different about us as pro athletes versus any other sport, essentially, is you don't get to get in the ring and fight John Jones. You don't get to go to the court and, you know, play basketball with Michael Jordan or LeBron or whatever. But if you're at an event, I mean, most of the time you're going to get a picture and autograph. If you're at an event with one of us and there's an arm wrestling table, you actually have a story to tell for the rest of your life. I was this close to beating the world champ, whatever it was, right? Whether you're the national champ, whatever your rank is, the person goes home and tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever your sponsor is, there's everybody's arm wrestling, somebody's filming it, and that shit's going on social media.
Yeah.
And that banner's in the background.
Can't wait to try some Giordano, said Brad Butler. Yeah, I'm
It's
telling you what,
exceptional.
you absolutely got to get up there. And Phil Woody, thank you for dropping that 9-line.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about Nine-Line.
link.
They're so Nine-Line today, Damien is one that just got a media kit going.
You
We're talking about
guys,
that here in just a little bit.
Nine-Line
It's
apparel.
amazing. Those guys are killing it.
If you will go there, use code Monster20, you will save yourself 20%. But every dollar that you spend, they're giving some of that back to first responders and veterans as well, helping with veteran rehoming and things like that. It's an absolutely wonderful project.
Very cool project.
But Damon, like he said, has done an amazing job. We would
Oh, we're
not.
jumping straight to that.
Well, just a second. We
Okay.
would not be with Redcon had he not.
No,
set-
Damon, who was following us and he fell in love with arm wrestling during COVID,
Mhm.
you know, saw Juji, Devon, me, and then he was one of the guys that contacted me after the Devon match. Says, "Hey, we'd like to be a part of your tour."
Yeah.
And then we just cultivated a relationship from there, and it's just continued to grow, and it's really cool.
And so that led to FitCon, where we ran into many more.
So many more opportunities, dude. And I got some really cool collabs there. We had Daniel Bailey, me and Rob Bailey box jumping the arm wrestling table and stuff like that. And then I
can't tell how many thumbs up we have because, like I said, I'm looking at streams and it's showing me all kinds of stuff. But you guys click out of chat, click the thumbs up if you liked watching me with Dana Lynn Bailey on the table.
I like watching you with Dana Lynn Bailey.
Shut up.
But yeah, so
you don't get an opinion.
I know. But we also have a lot of cool collabs coming from that. Because we'll be doing another FitCon in Dallas my birthday weekend. So we'll be in Dallas June 10th and 11th, and we'll fly out the 12th to go to Vegas to spend a few days in Vegas for my birthday. But
was Rob Bailey about Derek's height?
No, he's my height. Yeah. My height.
10 Rob pounds, Bailey?
Yeah, my height 10 pounds heavier.
I think you're lying because he looked taller.
That's because you're a moron, and he had boots on.
You weren't barefoot.
I met him, man. He's not anywhere near my height. He's not a small dude.
Maybe it's because he had the hat on too.
It could have been. He had a cowboy hat.
Oh, okay.
But no, he's 6'3", 6'4", something like that. But big dude. And
very athletic.
Very athletic. Had a very good box jump. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
But
what's good, Derek, says Gabriel Young.
What's up, dude?
Joe Hawkersmith says, seeing him in shape makes me want to start back in the gym. Thank you so much. Derek looking huge. He is a big ass.
He's a big dude.
Y'all, we got giants in our gym.
Dude, your form. Are you close to the camera?
No, I mean, it's just a bigger form than you might.
That could be it. That might be it.
Well, actually, we do have
Shut up.
proof of that.
All right. It's only because he can close it further.
The measurement video.
I can't close
it. He made me close it the way he's on. First we measured it is bigger, and then he's on. Now spread your arm out this way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, make it out there.
Yeah. So we can make it fair.
It's all about fairness.
Well, there you have it.
So, what are we going next? What's going on next? Where are we going next?
So,
we are going somewhere tomorrow.
We are leaving tomorrow to go out to Huntington Beach, which is hysterical because they come to us from California. They're getting on a plane in the morning, headed back to California. We're driving to Dallas to get on a plane to head to California.
It was crazy.
Stay there for a couple of days, fly back to Dallas where there's the food festival.
Yeah, so I got one huge collab, and that's how this happened. They were on their way out, and I'm like, oh, shit, I guess I could go next week because the guy was wanting me last week. I'm like, I can't do last week. Huge, like almost 10 million followers or subscribers on YouTube, almost 6 million on Instagram. Huge collab. And I'm actually set up another collab with someone I've collabed with before, so that's gonna be awesome. And then we fly back to Dallas on Friday and Saturday at a taco and maybe margarita food fest at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. I'll be doing a Beat the Champ. So that's will be a first time with that particular event organization. And if it goes well, we'll be end up doing Father's Day weekend. June 18th at the Titan Stadium in Nashville. Nashville, Tennessee.
We may be coming your way. Now, I want to know it. Break it down. You guys, you have a match. You have a match. They've been pulling on the table a lot, so much so that this guy woke up this morning and he said, my arm is at a DEFCON 6.
He didn't say DEFCON 6. Now, the funny thing was, I didn't get a chance to tell him how bad my arm was hurting either. I was like, until after he said it, because I had to do chest today. Like, I've got to, regardless of what's going on, I still have to put my work in. Just like last night, I had to do my squats. Just like today, I had to do my bench. But because I was telling him, ever since I had this program, it's kind of like I got homework to do, and I just want to be a good student, so I do the work, right? But yesterday's practice, it helped me realize that I haven't. Okay, so many people thought that I had fallen off.
I wanted you to let him talk about what he felt on the table.
Go, Derek.
Mike fell off, man. That's the point.
No, bomb.
And from my perspective, coming out here and pulling with Mike, I know what a lot of people were thinking after the Gennady match and stuff, and so I was definitely interested to see where Mike's risers at and the things that seem to have failed in that match, and really test that out and hopefully take it to some kind of limit and see how far it can go. And like in terms of his riser and his cupping and stuff that was, in danger or ended up giving out in that match, like it seems to have gotten way stronger. Like there's positions you guys will hopefully see in the video. Oh, well, you filmed like half of it, right? Half of our right-handed matches, and then the other half.
Yeah, we quit after like the first 20 or so matches.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some situations, especially outside the straps, where I climb way up there. I'm on the edge of his knuckle, pushing down as hard as I can, and his riser was holding. Like, so either I'm really, really weak, or he's got really, really strong, right? And so we're gonna hope that I'm really strong.
I'm going with you really strong. But yeah, so what it was, And one of the things that you said, which made so much more sense. Break it down how you were saying that my riser was more of a default previously.
Yeah.
Like even though it was what won me a lot of matches, it was you said it better. He explained it better.
Well, I just feel as the sport's grown and people have, I don't want to say, they've realized like some of the most important things in dealing with a move like Mike has, right? And so kind of everybody's like climbing, pressing, or you climb as far as you possibly can and get way up there, and then you try to expose hopefully the hand and wrist, and then you go in for some kind of crazy down pressure move, however that looks, right? You try to expose the leverage. So everybody knows to go hit that riser and that pronation and that cupping. So that's what everybody's going to attack. Now I feel like a long time they got to the move and people were climbing, but they didn't really understand what was going on. And so he was able to leave his riser out there, but not really focus on it. I was telling him, it almost like you left it to be a victim. Like it was there, but you weren't really focusing on it.
Once I engaged the pronation, I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. And either my riser or holder or fell.
But so now, you sacrificed it.
Yeah. It just wasn't the main thing he was focusing on. He was focusing on maintaining his position, keeping them out, cracking their knuckle back a little bit, but not rising potentially. And it seems like now, especially after been doing those curls, that Mike's been focusing on attacking with his riser and putting a lot of potential like pressure that he may have left behind in the past in it, and making sure it maintains, which I think is going to be a super important part. If you have superior rising ability, the other person collapses and they're forced to hold on to you. They can't climb above you. So that's what it creates. It makes them hold on to you by your wrist, which is a hard spot to grab Mike by his wrist and pin him. Right. So I'm pretty optimistic about how his wrist is going to hold up. For me.
Yeah, that's the thing is I do think people are like, because we're talking about the seated curls.
I think it's a mic drop moment. This is where we leave. That's it. It's over. See y'all.
Yeah. All right. So we're talking about the curling and the heavy lifting and all that. And well, does it translate to the table? Well, if you already know how to arm wrestle and you focus on that, what you're doing, like I was telling him, the curl bar that I have is not a conventional easy curl bar. It's one that's almost towards a hammer, right? Because you're not focusing on your riser. You just grab it with your riser engage, and then you're focusing on this heavy ass curl, right? Because you're moving this heavy weight. But inadvertently, it trains my riser. And I'm so used to now pulling from here to here that when I get on the table, I shove that knuckle up. I'm putting the strap down lower. I don't have to have as tight a strap anymore. Like, it was funny. Like yesterday, you were the one that reached and tightened the strap. I'm always the guy tightening the strap because I just want to be tied to you. But I never listened to him and Devon. All the people say, get the strap further down your arm and closer to you. I mean, no, just somebody duct tape me and tighten me up. And I'm just going to crack my wrist and their wrist will go back.
You had to figure out that was not going to happen.
Yeah, because once you get a loose strap, my move was no longer effective. But now that I'm focusing on this, and I feel so confident because I'm doing such heavy weights that if I pull hard enough, it's eventually going to go. And it's not like there's ever a point where I'm just like, I quit pulling. Like, I just keep that pressure going as hard as I can. And either I walk and climb, or the wrist goes. So it's working.
Do you think, I got a question for you. Do you think it's that you've gotten a lot stronger in your rising ability, or it's more that you're focused on it now?
I think it's mind-muscle connection. I think that's what it is. I think the strength has always been there because I've had Corey and I've had other people with my riser like this, just like you, on top, and could not push my riser. They could not make it drop.
Right.
So the strength was there. I just didn't focus on it.
Right.
And now I see it because I'm shoving down so hard. I put the strap here. I'm just digging. I felt like I looked like you a couple of times when I watched you pull. I feel like some of the times when we were pulling, I'm setting up and I'm just like, you just have that full commitment and pulling back, and I'm doing that. And I think I got the strength there, and it's backing it up. So
it felt good.
I'm excited.
So that's a huge shout out to Brandon Allen. Filthy Power, is that what it is?
No, Brandon, the Filthy Power, I mean, everything I'm doing, now he is the one that told me to do that 3 sets of 8, or what was it? 3 sets of 8, 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 3, and 3 sets of 1. And so I did that for 9 weeks, and I had big gains. Big gains from where we were 9 weeks ago. And then everything else, like people were like, oh, well, you're cutting. You can't get stronger when you're cutting. I'm like, I'm not cutting. I'm becoming healthy. And I'm way fucking stronger. You know what I'm saying? So, but all right.
Same for me.
Exactly. Like,
I've dropped 18 freaking pounds. And the very first month, I could do 1 pull-up. Now I can do 11. So obviously that fat wasn't doing me any good.
How many of y'all can do 11 pull-ups? I'm just wondering.
I don't think
I can do 11
quite
pull-ups.
impressed. I mean, it was 1 pull-up 2 months ago to 11 pull-ups a day. It was 15 push-ups
I had
to
my
30
push-ups.
push-ups. It was 7 handstand push-ups to 25 handstand push-ups. That is huge improvement in 2 months, right? Did we miss a super chat or something? Oh, Matt Singer, what's up, bro? You missed a good one this weekend. How is the pronator healing? We were actually just talking about that. And happy belated birthday. He had his birthday party on Saturday. I knew we had him coming in. My mother's been in the hospital for a week, so I'll take all the prayers for that. But it's just I had too many things going on. There's no way we're going to make it. But I did watch some of the footage. It looks like you guys had a good time. But yeah, Pronator's coming around and Riser. I don't know if the Pronator's coming around. It's just the Riser and everything. It just feels very connected. Everything feels connected. And I think that's what's been missing, you know. Mm-hmm. And I quit pulling the way I used to pull, you know.
Huh. Well, what I want to know about, because you were also gaining information for him.
Yeah,
while
now
he was on
I'm
the table. And his match with Morozov coming up, which, by the way, guys, if you did not watch East versus West 2, Morozov is a specimen.
6'5", 275, just looks like the Terminator.
He looks like that picture over there on the wall from that Muscle and Fitness magazine.
Wait, he's not as shredded as me, though, guys. Let's be serious. He's not nearly as shredded.
Let's not get carried away.
Whoa. I'm obviously shredded. All right.
But yeah, the dude is definitely a specimen. Going into the match, he is the higher ranked puller between you two. But I don't know if that ranking is justified.
Did you see what Devon did on the staking?
No.
The shutout stakes for me to shut him out.
Really?
Oh, you're the shutout?
Yeah,
All you gotta do is win one?
I'm the shutout stakes against
Hello, pressure is
Devin's
on.
got a lot of confidence.
Yo, what?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you,
Pressure is on.
I feel like you have too many options. I feel like you're gonna do what he does and do it better. And if that somehow doesn't work, your ability to just commit to a hook and just drive in there. And I mean, I think there's places, he's Eastern European, they're very explosive. I just don't think that he'll have the endurance in the way that he would need it to. I mean, he's going to have to run through you. If he doesn't run through you, he doesn't beat you, in my opinion.
Well, I like that. I like that opinion.
Yeah, that's how I see it. But,
Brendan Burgess
and I like
says,
the kid a lot.
Can't wait to see y'all crush their asses in Turkey.
Asses.
I had to figure that out. Thank you for the funny spelling. Yes. Levin Gasparini says Morozov is going to hook Derek, probably. Do you expect that?
Let's run it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I like that.
You're like, yes, go there.
Yeah, I like that. I keep trying to hook Mike's King's move. It's the worst thing in the world. I love it.
You're like, you keep chasing it. Like, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I had this like false assumption that somehow it's just going to work. It's just going to open up at some point.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And that's the other thing that I was having fun with yesterday. I have lacked that power for a while. Now, I still can't force someone into a hook because I can't supinate past here. But if we land into a hook and let me apply some pec decking side pressure and then that lat drag, that hook's pretty strong.
It felt pretty good.
It's not weak. I was like, yeah, I like that. So that was fun. But yeah, so as far
Are you
as,
a shutout stick?
No. They're like, if Michael even wins a match, we'll be happy. You
No,
know
that's
what
what I was saying. Like,
no,
are they expecting?
No, they're not. I think ours are just a straight bet.
Straight bet.
Straight steak.
Okay. Where are you from, bro? Is Juan
I'll be right back.
Alvarado Benson? Oh, that's actually a funny question.
I don't know if I can get out of this thing.
I'm not going to get too deep into where we are.
Oh, you're
from.
not going into Congo?
I'm not going into the Congo. Okay, so Michael and I did the 23andMe, right? To figure out where, and Phil, you're going to be pleased to figure out what our ancestry is. Because if you live in the United States, everybody
It's mixed.
Yes, but everybody's story is also, oh no, I'm like, 1/16 American Indian or Indian. And no, they're not. They're just not. All right. They're not. Well, we proved it. Michael is like, no, my grandmother was like, her mother was full. I'm like,
Cherokee, right? You said?
I think so. I said, well, let's see. So we did our DNA. Both of our ancestry, and I have the same stories. People have even written in Bibles, family Bibles, that we have cheek Indian or something like that. We have 0. I mean, like we're not even the 0.02% mixed with indigenous American. We're just not. But I am almost pure European. 99.7% British and Irish.
I heard that everybody has some African in them because apparently that's where people started. I've heard that.
So that funny part about that story, funny part, my 0.02% is Iranian. Okay. That could explain a little bit about some of my, well, no, we won't get into that, but Michael's
Oh, you brought it? Oh,
Congo.
Congo!
He's Congolese. He is Congolese. I was like, I knew it. I knew you were Congo. And there's reasons. Just go ahead and Google.
It's funny shit.
I'm not going to get into
I'm
it.
not gonna lie.
I knew he was Congo.
I'm smiling for a reason.
He's Congo. He's Congo. Brad Butler says he is 98.8% British and Irish there as well.
Pretty close, yeah.
I'm 99.7.
Yeah, she's basically purebred.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're probably like a queen or something.
I told you when I did my ancestry and traced it back, there were some countesses and stuff like that.
I'll say definitely she's your queen. Like she's definitely your
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But
Thanks,
people,
Derek.
people are always like, where is she from? Where is she from? Now we can just say, I'm from Britain and Ireland.
So that's where the about comes from?
That's where it comes from.
boot?
Passed right on down through the DNA. We weren't even going there. It's just kind of funny that we actually started talking about that. So so the Morozov match is on.
Morozov match.
Talked about how he's going to do with that. You talked about his options, which brings me to I'm watching these guys on the table and I'm listening to him. His table IQ is like high. Like he knows stuff. He can watch stuff and see stuff
He
happen.
can relay it well.
He can relay it well.
We talked about
I'm like,
that.
hey, are you still commentating? He goes, well, I sure don't. I hope not. I'm like, hey, will you be in his corner?
I'll rub your arm, Mike.
Yeah.
I got my own arm warmer right there.
So Derek Smith has agreed to be in Michael Todd's corner.
Read the
for
Michael Todd calcified
Redas.
bone real quick.
I love Michael Todd calcified bone. People think I have fallen off. Well, I am here and ready to show the world how I am not so hard to break, literally and figuratively.
Why would I not want to be hard to break? Don't I want to be hard to break? I don't know, but he offered us a photo session. He's a photographer.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, in
Where
Texas, just outside of Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
So
okay.
I told him we'll be in FitCon for my birthday. We may not be quite.
I would be ready for
We'll be
one.
fit, but it may be like he's like
Yeah.
dress to tire type.
No,
photo
I
shoot.
want to do like
wanna
an
do the
evening
fitness
out
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
type
Yeah.
photo shoot,
So
right?
we could
Because
do
we
that.
need those for our anniversary pictures anyway.
Right.
I've got an idea, cute little outfit you might like.
Me? I might like, because fuck them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like it. I need to like it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about you.
All right.
Yeah, that I thought we might actually do. So nice to see you hanging around there.
Appreciate the
calcified bone.
bone.
Phil Woody, looking forward to Rebecca visiting her roots. Me too.
She's been wanting to go to the UK for a while.
Neil Pickup.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Come on.
How
Onwards.
long we want to stay in the UK when we go over?
10 days.
Do we got to time it? For us, it makes sense to
2
do
weeks.
something while there's we realize that we need to be at fitness expos.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're trying to do this social media thing
Mm-hmm.
and build your brand and collab with other influencers.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, all the ones that we're interested in are at the fitness expos. So the Arnold UK makes sense. If I can get a match there, be there, whatever, I think it's well worth that trip. And then, with some of the fans we have in the UK, we probably could even set up a seminar or something. You know what I mean?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to. Guys, when we go, we want to meet as many of the people out in UK, just like we did when we were going across America, and it should be a lot easier to do going from like London or England over to Wales and all of those things should be.
It shouldn't be as hard of a trip as going across the
No.
United States, huh? So who's at Texas?
That is Texas Piranha, giving Derek
Mr. Michael Edwards
Big
himself.
brain.
I named him
Edwards.
Texas Piranha. I came up with that nickname.
Big brain.
Oh, so we
Smith.
saw him last night. We talked to him last night. He's on your thing.
That's my boy.
Yeah, night. Didn't he go out to California and compete out there?
Yeah, he came out there.
Yeah.
I streamed with one of my teammates, and then when I went to Texas, did my seminars. Me and Bridget stayed at his house.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That is way,
He's
way,
pretty
way,
strong young
way
man.
cool.
Yeah,
Stout kid.
he's a little guy. He's a little guy, but he's real strong. He's a little guy.
Way cool. So, where's the matches? How are they lining up for East versus West? Do y'all know? Have they given you a rundown yet of when the matches are going to happen?
No, I don't know.
Oh, the order? I don't know.
I have fallen from co-main event to like opener.
Yeah.
Get it over early.
like Michael, we can't save Michael for the end because if he loses, it's horrible.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm now an opener.
Then what am I? If you're an opener, what am I?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Someone said that Aussie arm wrestler is on. I have not seen him, but be sure that you do absolutely give him a sub.
Yeah, Jake's awesome.
I can't, Michael. Let me blow this up here. Michael, I'll ask how should I get to use the fast technique without damaging the arm? How do I defend myself so that the arm is not sore from the action of arm wrestling? If
There's
you figure
zero
that
options
out,
to do that.
if you
we were
figure
just
that
talking
out.
about how sore we are, and like who wasn't Corey here that day? He goes, I can't wait till I quit having newbie pains. You know what I'm saying? Like arm wrestling is painful. It's just going to be. You just got to you have to love it enough that the pain doesn't bother you.
And this is Jeremy Landrum. He's actually in Hot Springs.
Oh, wow.
He says, I need to meet y'all. We're pretty easy to meet.
They're pretty easy to meet. Now,
Just
we're leaving tomorrow,
Yep.
so we won't be back till Mother's Day. And then we're home
Don't
for 9
show
days.
up while I'm packing.
Yeah, and then we go, because she's crazy.
I am
Or don't show up right before live.
Yeah.
Really sweet, though. I love her. You're pretty. So what were you about to say about that? Because it looked like you was about to say something when she was just talking about that. What were we talking about?
What were we talking about? I lost track.
Yeah, it was one of the comments, I think.
I said I'm hard to miss. You said you guys are usually fine. I said I'm hard to miss.
Yeah, no, it was before that. You are hard to miss. I mean, I'm not sure if you're
Ready, bang. Love all three of you.
Oh, yeah, I talking about Jake.
Keep up the great work. Can't wait for you three to come on the show. We would love to come on the show. And YouTube Connolly says, what's up, Monster and Derek and Mrs. Monster? Congrats on the big match, Derek.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that is your next match. And that's just, less than 3 weeks away, 18 days apparently, something like that. What is the where are we at with the Dave match?
So it's still like been in limbo. I mean, Dave is hot right now. He's winning his matches. Dave's name is at an all-time high, and everybody wants to see him pull everybody. Got it. He's getting a lot of offers. I procrastinated on my offers. I was trying to find the one I wanted the most. The match from or like the place and the promoter and event I wanted the most. So by the time I gave him the offer, he already had gotten a couple offers from other places and other people. So he said, "Hey, I got some other offers. I got to see what's going on with those first. I'll let you know." That was like 2.5 weeks ago. So it's in limbo. So in terms of like me prepping and stuff, I want to have a match with Dave. I still plan to have a match with Dave. It's just not set. I don't know when it will be set. So in terms of that, like I'm going to start looking around. I want to arm wrestle, right? I can't wait forever. And so the Morzov match is a little earlier than I was planning to arm wrestle, but still we'll do this. Obviously, all my focus for the next 3 weeks will be on Morzov, and I'll be all Morzov pro by the time I get out there. But after that, I don't know. I mean, Dave's busy.
You did say a couple of names.
Yeah, there were a couple names. Obviously, in North America.
If it was a North American, unless you were a promoter that wanted to bring over somebody from Europe.
Yeah.
If it was a North American match,
then Todd Hutchings and Corey West would be the names I'd be looking around for sure. I know everybody wants to see me pull Corey. I've been interested in that match. I don't care what anybody says. I promise you guys I've been interested in that match. And like I said, I said a bunch of times, if it didn't go through with Dave, then Corey, that's fine. Then I'll pull Corey. I said that. And Todd Hutchings also is ranked one right above me. And so that's a match. And Todd's super great right now and killing everybody. So it'll be fun to throw the name in there.
Todd does have a match like early July, doesn't he?
I'm sure
Who's
he's booked.
he pulling? Oh, that badass dude from Hot Springs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's fucked. Yeah, that's gonna be bad.
Todd's pulling Todd. Like Todd pulling Todd.
I think I might hook him.
Do it.
I'm pretty explosive.
Hey, when he hits as hard as he can, it hurts. That's one of the reasons I'm not feeling good right now.
All right, so possibly if Dave doesn't fall through, and after Morzov, if there are no international offers in the United States promotion, possibly Todd Hutchins or Corey West. You guys heard it here. If there's somebody out there who wants to put that match together, this man's open for some matches.
Negotiation starts at
$1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah. So
$1 million.
We are willing to negotiate.
Now,
the initial offer is $1 million.
Obviously, we are promoting our own arm wrestling, Monster Factory Arm Wrestling. We've got some plans for the third one. Should the second one be a success?
If the second one is a success, and what we mean by success, do we fund it?
Do we fund it?
If we fund it through the new model, which I think is the only model that's really going to be successful right now.
Because, guys, it is free. It is free for you to watch, okay? And it's free.
It's free on so many platforms.
Yes. So listen to me.
Jake.
Why are you calling out names? Listen to
I don't want your commentary. It's shit's free. Sit there and watch it, enjoy. Get some fucking popcorn.
Let me help you with this part really quickly. All right. We're in the process. Actually, we just finished gathering analytics. Putting together our media package. Guys, this is exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff for arm wrestling. And our media package, they've gone through our Facebook views, our YouTube views, all within just the last
90 days.
90 days, okay? Our analytics are better than Core Sports and even better than Redcon 1 that's out there over millions of platforms, right? So the thing
Not
is,
millions of platforms, but
a lot of
there's a lot of platforms.
So
with
our
lots of
analytics are
followers.
very inviting to bring somebody in to partner with us to bring this to you guys free. But here is the deal. If you want there to be a third one, which we've got even bigger plans for, do we have bigger plans for the third one?
Bigger plans for the third one.
Bigger plans for the third one.
Could be crazy.
Could be crazy. If you want there to be a third one, you need to watch it on the damn stream.
We still love you, Jake.
I love you, Jake. But when I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at what we've just previously had, Corey's match was run free through 217 or something like that, right? It was free. There were more people watching commentary of the match than actually
I thought that
watching.
was the Vegas event. That was
that
Corey's
too. That too. But I'm talking about
Wow.
this was a free one. Than
Oh, the free
actually
one.
watching the free match. It matters. It matters. It matters. It matters.
When it's free, like if it's a pay-per-view and you want to do a live comment, this is just my opinion. You're grown men, do whatever the fuck you want. If it's a pay-per-view and you're trying to do it so people who may or may not can afford the pay-per-view, they will still want to have that live interaction, whatever. So be it, you know.
So be it.
But if it's free and it's brought to you free because it has been sold through paid advertising, you've got to paid integrations. You've got to let that thing run because that's how this thing's going to continue to be successful. I mean, in my opinion, not in my opinion, if this happens, and the thing is, the media kit that we have, the guy who put it together is like, dude, I don't see why you don't get 3 times as much money.
Yeah.
But if it goes off the way we see it, there's no reason I don't bring Levon and Vitaly and everybody here. You know, there's no more we have to travel to Europe. We just set the matches here.
How about the
Europeans? And when I say here, not necessarily here at my house. It could very realistically be.
Well, we have
we have a badass place that we could have set these up at. You know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get his sore spot here. How about instead of the Europeans saying that the North Americans are avoiding pulling them, how about we actually, because the Europeans aren't coming here either, how about we bring them here?
I mean, we always are almost always are the ones who have to travel overseas.
Yeah.
And spend a day of travel where they may spend 2 to 3 hours to fly to wherever the destination's at.
Right.
How neat would it be to reverse those roles and bring them here?
Yeah.
I mean, we have the potential to do that. As long as this next one's successful, we're in a position to where the matches that you guys are paying to see at King of the Table or wherever, or East versus West or whatever, and we love all those promotions, they're amazing. We have a potential model that you'll see those for free right here in the United States. So, and the location that we would have the next one at, there would actually be that ability to come watch it live.
Yeah, and guys, the thing is
which would be crazy.
The athletes in North America, not just the names that you know, there are so many people that are not on social media that are awesome freaking pullers, and we've already had some of them here in the Monster Factory, right? They deserve the opportunity to be seen, and when you limit it to a pay-per-view, it automatically limits that audience. And
because if something just like a UFC. For a long time, if you didn't watch the UFC that night, no big deal. Next day, there was already screen recordings. It was on somebody else's Facebook page, right? They put a stop to that now. But that's pretty much how it became. And, you know, if you didn't rent the pay-per-view, like I saw the other day, like the Last Core Sports, like, when are they going to put out the matches? Well, dude, you can still go buy it. You know what I mean? It's not their job to pay-per-view at one time and then tomorrow let it be out for free. It's just people got so used to seeing things for free.
Right.
But what we're working on, there's a chance. I mean, the biggest thing is it comes down to this. We found the ability to do these paid promotions within our live streams.
Has to be through integrations.
Paid integrations through our live events. And someone's like, well, why don't you go ahead and still do a pay-per-view? I said, because the people that's doing the paid integration will get seen by less people because I'm limited to the people who are willing to purchase it. Why don't I just give it to you for free? If we cover the cost through the paid integrations, I'm not greedy. I want to put out a good product. I want people to enjoy it. I want people to see it.
Right.
And that gives us an opportunity for a lot of people to see this, which what that means is we have some very good partners right now, but there are people out there with lots and lots and lots and lots of money that if they find out arm wrestling was a real sport and they could invest in it, who knows where the future could go with this.
Right.
So the more eyes, it's like we're talking about him getting a fan page on Facebook. That's where our biggest platform is currently. And every comment is, that's cheating. You're just supposed to do this.
Right.
So we're being seen by non-arm wrestlers. I'm going to talk as long as I want. You ever just
You just go on and on and on. So Cobra, yes, Don Underwood has been locked in for
the commentary.
For the commentary. He does a fabulous
and,
job.
And
right?
maybe he'll switch out me, Derek, whoever. Oh no, you're not. You're already. I don't know what I said, Derek. Are you coming? July 9th. But yeah, you just pulling Dave that day.
I wanted to pull Dave that day,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, so I mean, Don is going to be the commentary for the event, and then we'll just see how things go from there. Okay, so what else we got?
Phil Woody, love Monster Factory pay-per-view. Proud to be a member and support. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Phil.
And our members will continue. Like the one thing about that, yes, the pay-per-view or the event is free, but we will have a table set up, camera set up for
specifically for our members only.
So after
to watch the after pulling.
The after pulling and the everything goes on after the event will be live to our members.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun because there's going to be John and Corey and Todd and Michael and BJ.
Well, Todd's going to be really sad.
Stop it. BJ and Pauline.
Craig Touye, Roger Kenningham.
There's going to be so many people here for
we have
after
10
pulling.
Carl Stanley, Austin Jaggers. I mean, we got that's a deep card.
Yeah,
and 10 matches.
We have limited it to only 10 VIP people.
10 VIP, and so we did the table.
So the 10 VIP, they actually paid to come to watch it, but also be present for the after pulling.
The entire day's event, right? Mm-hmm. Now we will be offering one more. It'll be basically an auction, and we did it to members open live. We did it to members only.
YouTube,
but they blocked
screwed
it.
us.
They blocked it. They wouldn't. Yes. They blocked the comments.
Yes.
So the people that bid on it, we didn't get to see it. So we just assumed nobody bid on it. And one of the guys like, "Did I win the bid?" I'm like, well, "What do you mean? We never saw a bid." Oh. So we're going to open it up to maybe through a live or whatever to anyone. You will get an arm wrestling table valued at $700, signed by everyone. It's one of my Monster Michael Todd Kings Move tables, signed by all the athletes, and you get a VIP spot here, which we sold 10 of them in less than 24 hours, or $500 a pop. So it's a $1,200 value. We're going to start the bidding at $1,000 whenever. We're not doing it yet. We'll start the bidding at $1,000, and whoever gets the top bid gets that last coveted VIP spot, and we're responsible for shipping of the table home. So if you're coming over from Europe and you win, you shipping this table home. I would recommend driving. But all right, what we got?
There you have it. Okay, so I think that we've actually covered everything.
How's the transformation going?
Oh, our transformation is going phenomenally well.
Well, you did talk about your fitness challenge, which was awesome.
Yeah. So one update: this guy got scared. And because I told you he always moves the dates. He saw how dedicated I was. And I think he's actually hoping that I'll get tired and just kind of fall off. He moved it. He planned for something else because he got a better offer on the day that we were supposed to have a photo shoot.
So I'm going to go ahead and tell the truth to this story.
That's the truth. Whatever he tells you is a lie.
So what happened was.
He knows I'm beating him.
We were supposed to go to Vegas on the 31st for a belated anniversary vacation, fitness photo shoot, everything. We were flying out of Dallas at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., some stupid early time, which was going to put us in Vegas at like 8 a.m., right? Yeah. Which was going to early check in. You're going to have time to do makeup, hair and makeup for the photo shoot.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I did get a pretty unpassable offer to do something really, really cool. So I was like, honey, we'll just push it one day. We'll just fly out of Nashville instead of flying out of Dallas.
Oh, but finish that.
I'm telling a story.
What would that have done?
I don't know.
To my vacation that I'm so deserving of.
Cut it one day?
Yes.
No, and I was just going to pay the extra. I was going to stay next day.
He would not.
And then the flights were going to be more expensive.
That's
so too.
He's cheap, isn't he?
Frugal. Smart with my money. Shit like that. But so this is what happened. She is right. I was going to say, hey, we will just postpone it a day. And then she's like, well, can we do it this week? I'm like, well, no, I plan on pulling this tournament. So then she lost her shit and was mean to me. And I'm like, listen, that's uncalled for. I'm a really nice guy. You have to treat me nicer than that. And then she profusely apologized. I'll show you. I'll tell you how, but I probably shouldn't. Then Then
He knows you're full of shit.
he does. Then she's like, I'm like, hey. She goes, oh yeah, my niece is getting married on the 30th. I'm like, huh? When did she get married? She said the 30th. I'm like, weren't we supposed to be in Dallas the 30th because we fly out at 5 a.m.?
Michael, people have fallen asleep since you
They
started
have.
the story.
But the fact is, it was her shit that was fucked up anyway.
No, it
because we
was
weren't
not.
going to make it to Dallas to fly out on the flight that we booked. Because she's like, yeah, that was wrong. That's not going to work.
No, we could
Well,
have
no
figured
shit.
that out.
No, she couldn't.
We
No,
could
she
have figured that out.
She couldn't.
Would
So,
have figured it
we
out.
postponed it 2 weeks to give her a chance at winning because she knows I'm going to be shredded, freaky looking. Obviously going to win the fitness challenge.
Because he thinks he can run faster.
I can definitely run faster. I just may not be able to run longer.
He's going to run, and he's going to run as fast as he can.
No, I'm not.
And what happens
gonna
when you
trip her.
come inside?
I'm gonna leg sweep this chick.
Okay, so anyways,
I'm a Kings mover.
you made a short story extremely long, but basically
And I'm just trying to extend this live.
our day has been moved from
July 11th,
July
August what the fuck?
31st.
Yeah, I don't know what the dates I'm talking about. July 31st. It got moved from July 31st to
August 14th.
yes.
August 14th. So it's August 14th. We are going to be in Las Vegas. And August 14th, we'll have our photo shoot where we will then post the results, let you guys begin
Because
voting.
apparently on the 15th we got to do Murph.
We're doing Murph because that's the
Are you
other
familiar
half
with
of the
Murph?
contest.
Are you familiar with Murph?
No.
Okay, so it's a CrossFit workout. It's a hero workout.
He checked out. He's like, I'm over
Yeah, he's
this.
out. But
Yeah.
so you have to run a mile. You have to do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and then run a mile.
No.
Yeah. So that's our fitness challenge. So half of it is who's the most aesthetic looking, which I told her it's not gonna be fair. I've got 96% dudes on my channel. I don't have tits. Like I'm fucked, right? But then the other half is who wins the fitness, but it's a mile run, 100, 200, 300 mile run. I'm big.
Good luck at that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal. And you're going to be like 125 pounds.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I'm pretty well screwed on that one.
Maybe. So
But I
I'm
told her,
super
even if she
excited.
wins, really I win because she's super hot.
Oliver, you're funny. Tolman says, would arm wrestling be a bad idea? I'm a guitarist. Arm wrestling's a horrible idea. For
Arm wrestling's a
anything
horrible
that
idea
you do
for
with your
anybody,
arms,
yeah.
hands, anything.
Do you want one of these?
Yeah.
I mean, that's horrible.
Boy, that's not what you need. You need these.
It doesn't matter. I mean, my wrist,
Okay,
I can't hold up 3 fingers.
go look at
Hey,
Matt
mine goes
Matt's
straight.
fingers.
I got 12 years in the sport. Mine goes straight. All right. It doesn't have to end up like his. Mine goes straight. 12 years in.
Oh, jeez.
Well, all right, we're gonna pull a few more times. I'm gonna fuck that.
So back to the Vegas thing, looking for 3 people. Okay. I need 1 fitness photographer. We've already gotten a few recommendations. We're checking those out. Then we need 2 videographers, 1 to follow Michael, 1 to follow me on the 15th while we do Murph, because that will be videoed for our channels as well.
Wow. So we're really doing it? I thought we were gonna just lie and say
I
we
am
weren't.
beating your ass.
Shit. I gotta prepare for
I
this.
can't wait to hear the excuses from Mike on that day. He comes up with some creative ones. I'm really excited
I'm
to
pretty
hear.
He
creative.
does.
I'm really excited to hear.
Right. So the other night he misses a lift. You guys haven't seen the video yet. He's like, I wasn't wearing my belt.
Listen, I wasn't wearing my
He
belt.
did, didn't he? It's my lucky belt.
The belt made a difference because it tweaked my lower back, and I realized it.
Streak.
So okay, I put the belt on. Did I get the lift?
Yes, but
Okay.
I think it's an anger level, right? Same thing with
Yeah.
the cedar curls. Missed one, got heated, almost broke the curl bar, then came back and smashed it. Right? So I think it's something to do with the anger level.
I mean, the more angry I get, the better I perform.
oh, it's a lot of fun. I root for the underdog to go. You're the underdog.
Hey, I'm used to that now.
I don't like when he's the underdog. His left arm is normal. I promise. Bridget said.
Oh, people are saying my right arm's a lot bigger than my left. Oh,
Everybody keeps saying that.
Okay,
How many-
Is he out angling himself?
Yeah.
he's out angling himself.
Damn it.
Everybody thinks it's an optical
Oh, God, it is.
It does.
It does
Holy-
look way bigger.
Oh my God! Why is your right arm so big?
It's still pumped from yesterday. We almost 2 days ago left-handed. Yesterday, right-handed.
So
right?
the left hand pump's gone away. The
Yeah.
right hand pump's still there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, fire your questions off. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes. And
Cinco
then
minutos.
we are going to be having to get off here because we've got to pack all of us because we all
leave tomorrow.
depart in the morning.
Right.
But Harold Flugelman says, where'd you go, Harold? How much of a problem is Saban Battleski going to present when he returns to the table?
We have no idea. I mean, unless you just don't know. Really, he's good open talk pro. He's got good pronation. I don't know if he'd be top 10 right out the gate. I think he's I think he'd have problems with Corey.
He beats Levon. So there's that.
He beat Levon when you're going back to making funny jokes. Okay,
no, just saying like that's his
I
thing.
like Saban, but he sent me a pronator arm thing, and I never got it, so I'm upset.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could pin it.
Oh, I wanted
now
one so
he asked,
bad.
he goes, "Did it show up?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Well, it says it's delivered." Didn't deliver my house. I'm what the fuck is that?
Some random person on the street.
Some random dude is training on that shit. Getting strong as hell. But yeah, I wanted that. But yeah, I like him. I just don't know. It's just all speculation. I mean, you watch YouTube videos and you think you know the level of somebody, and then you don't.
So I am Cam says, I love the beef with him and Levon. It's personal.
The Saban Levon beef seems legit.
Is it real?
When I was out there with Levon,
But is it Devon Levon
No,
level?
I think Levon just thinks like, who's Saban? Like always like discredited Saban or Saban, and Saban's like, "Yo, I pinned you," and everybody just laughs at him and stuff like, "Oh, you didn't." So I think Saban has something to prove. Even though he did beat Levon legit.
He legit beat him.
But I think, it's something personal there because they was never given credit. It seems like no one's ever given Saban credit is kind of the thing.
It does kind of seem that way.
Oh, this is funny. This is Scott Medina. You guys should have your own television series. It would be awesome. The Mr. and Mrs. Monster with the Derek Show. With
Scott Medina's awesome. Hey, Scott. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, okay. That is so funny. Joe Cagle
What's up, Joel?
is in the house. Looking for any questions that I don't want to miss because there's about a 60-second delay.
Oh, yeah.
Derek, did you get to sleep on this trip? Okay, let's talk about Derek's sleep.
Man. What the hell?
Michael's like walking through the house. He'll walk by, look at the door. There's no light underneath.
Lights on. I'm like, huh?
He keeps walking. He gets sadder each time he walks by. He's like, a friend will come out and play. He's like, I'm going to call him. He didn't answer. He's texting him.
I call him the next time. Bridge is like, hello. I'm like,
I was in the bathroom. I hear Bridget talking on the phone. I was like,
he's like, hey, can Derek come out yet?
See, it was I've been like scarred from last time I was here, where I'd be in the middle of sleep just trying to get. I felt like I was at boot camp. Might be like, boom, 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 Derek, get up. We got in the gym 5 seconds. I'm like, oh, I'm getting up, and I'm all groggy, trying to put on my shorts, come out here just so he could kill me again. And so like he's being all nice now because Bridget's here. If I was here by myself, he's like, no, we got to work it out. And so I'm like waiting for that still. Kind of, I'm like, oh, they haven't called me. What do I do? I've been sleeping like 12 hours. What is it? So,
I was like, did he just stay up all night? Fuck.
Oh,
Oh,
that
did
is
you
so
really?
funny.
Are you sure? I'm like, yes.
Well, I mean, I didn't feel like it was my place.
Well, I
tonight,
don't think
or-
you had all the clients last time either. You have clients now in the morning. When he was here the last time, you didn't
Yeah,
have all those clients
probably
in the
didn't.
morning, right?
Yeah.
Who wins? Devon, this is the Hunster. Who wins? Devon versus Cody Merritt, in y'all's opinion? He says his left is better and healthier than it's ever been.
And that's okay. So until proven otherwise, I say Cody Merritt. Devon has not had a left-handed match. I don't know how he's still in fucking rankings. When was the
Well,
last?
he said the same thing.
How does he have when's the last time he arm wrestled
what,
left-handed?
in the world, what is he in the world? Like, isn't he fourth in the world? Devin, left hand,
Third or some shit.
And Cody's like 11th or 12th.
Yeah, and Devon has not pulled left-handed since the WAF.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Since he lost to some play call. Has he had a left-handed match since then?
I don't think so. No, yeah, I pulled what's his name?
Wagner, 2019.
Yeah, he pulled Wagner. But
yeah, Ermes just destroyed Wagner.
Yeah, I mean, Devon's left is legit.
Devon's
but
left is good.
Cody keeps
got too much
reproving
pronation
it.
for me. It's got too much pronation for me. That's the weirdest thing. Like I'll try to press him and he'll pronate out of it.
Mhm.
Like his long
Oh, it
lever
feels
pronate.
a little weird, does it?
Yeah.
It feels awkward, huh?
Yeah,
Someone pronating through each other. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't like that. Fuck that. But I'm not saying Devon's left isn't. It might be that good, but he hasn't done anything to prove it. But all he has to do is tell people it's great, and he's ranked number one.
It just sucks
That's how it works.
because
Devon said
Cody's
that this happened. You know,
Cody's such an awesome dude, and he keeps reproving how badass he is. Like every other weekend, he got pins, a broken arm. He's just smashed him through everyone left-handed, including like Vrej, including who beat Dave Chafee. Like, dude, Cody is the man, and he keeps proving it. And Devon's sitting back on his high throne, and just everybody just assuming he's going to beat everyone. And don't get me wrong, I love Devon to death, but yeah, left-handed, he definitely needs to prove some more. And Cody is killing it. And
I really think I should be ranked. We should all move up a spot until
just,
Devon has a match.
Yeah, just kick him off.
Kick him off.
Kick him off. Okay, Chance.
Let me tell you what was going to happen had I beat Ryan Espy.
It doesn't matter. It
Chance,
didn't happen.
It did not happen. But Chance said, well, if you beat Ryan, I'm moving Devon to number 2. I'm like, huh? He goes, do you think he can beat Devon? I'm like, irrelevant. Ryan's ranked number 2, Devon's ranked number 3. If I beat number 2, I'm number 2.
Yeah.
No, I was going to be number 3 and Devon would have been. So I guess if Corey beats Ryan, Corey doesn't get number 2, he gets number 3, and Devon moves up to number 2.
No way.
There's
no way.
That's what Chance said if I beat him.
He wasn't joking. There's no way. How can he argue that? There's no way.
I think Chance does a good job. Chance, you do a good job.
Oh, Chance is my boy.
Well, at
but
least
still, that's
Chance
crazy.
still has me ranked ahead of Dave in the United States. He's the only ranking system that still has me ranked above of Dave. And Dave is a badass dude. And who knows? I still think I can beat Dave. But until Dave beats me, you can't go by, well, Michael lost to Gennady and Dave beat Gennady. Dave beat Gennady in 2018. I beat Dave in 2019.
Now he's about to pull Gennady again.
So if he beats Gennady now, I mean, he's already ranked ahead of me in the world rankings. But okay, so unless he beats Gennady and I beat Ruvez, do you just move him because of my February performance against Gennady?
Well, here's the deal.
I don't think you can move him up in the new United States until
matches
you beat me. It should not affect the North American rankings.
Should not affect North American rankings because they cannot come here and pull. So it makes sense. Chance made the perfect argument that Dave is ranked ahead of you in the world because he believes that he can beat people that can beat you. He beat Toddzilla, who beat
Ermes. Ermes beat Gennady. Gennady beat me, but we know arm wrestling is not styles make matches.
Yeah.
So,
we know that, but it's an argument that can be made. But there is no argument at all anywhere that says in North America, Dave can beat this person that can beat Michael, because who's beat you other than Devon in North America?
That's it.
But, so that argument cannot be made.
No, and the thing is,
it would have to be that
Dave
can beat Michael.
I'm a big Dave fan.
Yeah. Huge.
But I feel that, and this is gonna be stupid because I do this shit all the time. I'm 18 days out from a match, but I feel fucking really strong. I think I can beat anybody. I mean, I like my chances right now. If we arm wrestle next week and you put me against anybody right now, I think I've recreated myself to my old form, and I think that form is just going to continue to improve. That's my opinion. We will find out in 18 days if I'm full of shit or not. But so we can find out. Derek's really weak, or both of us are pretty damn strong.
Don't let me down, Mike. I need you to win.
Exactly. That's a fucker. But yeah, so I hope because I like this. I really think this is the East versus West card that the West wins.
Let's get it.
I really think so. I mean, you got John versus Zarev, Todd versus Irakli. I mean, you have matches that I think the West can win. Yeah. I mean, I think the percentage of East versus West, I think we win more. My opinion.
Are we all? No, you're not bigger than Ravaz. I know I'm bigger than Morzab.
I'm definitely not bigger than Ravaz.
Is Todd's bigger than Zarab?
Todd's pulling Irakli.
Sorry, is Todd bigger than Irakli? He's heavier? I think he is, right? Are we all bigger besides you? All the West guys bigger than all the East guys?
Marcio's smaller than Tobias.
Shorter, but he's probably as heavy.
You think so?
I don't know. Marcio's pretty thick. There's a lot of muscle in that dude.
He is thick.
I wonder if we're all bigger because they're going to excuses.
That is funny.
Okay, Phil, I do actually want to talk about that. They're talking about the over the top 2 and Larry and Ryan Bowen. Do y'all have anything to say about the over the top 2 tournament?
Larry looked really good after pulling. He looked good in his matches that he won too, but the matches he lost.
Yeah, just like it looks like an experience setup.
It does
thing.
look like an experience.
I mean, because it's after pulling, but it's at least the after pulling shows that when his horsepower is engaged, he's in his spot that he likes, he can hang. He can hang with some high level dudes. The tournament kind of shows that he didn't know how to defend his hand and things were happening, and that's his first freaking tournament. So that's supposed to happen. That happens to everybody, man. No one's above that, above getting your ass beat on a table. That's for sure. And so I think it just showed that. But more than anything, I think it showed that Larry can hang in his spot with anybody. And hopefully that gives him some insight and some optimism towards going towards this. Like he can hang with Ryan, he can beat Ryan, he can Big Marty. I know it was after a tournament, but still he could hang with those dudes.
No, I mean power for power, he's a very strong human being. It's just getting comfortable on the table, reacting faster, doing all the things that we do that we learn going through tournaments.
Right.
I mean, how many matches have you arm wrestled in your life?
I don't know. Lot.
Right. So I mean, people are like, have you ever lost? I'm like, I bet I've lost 100,000 matches. I bet I've arm wrestled 1 million. I've been doing this for 32 years. I've arm wrestled a lot of matches. So
we didn't cover that, and I don't know how we didn't. What do y'all think is going to happen with the round robin? Because you know Mike very well.
Oh, Mike and Robbie, I got to peek him. I'll keep talking.
So Mike in that round robin, guys, that's Mega Mike. He's on my team. Taught him everything, fed him as a child. I raised that man, even though he was older than me somehow. I birthed him. No, but Mike is a freak. He's an absolute freak. Only been in the sport like a little over 2 years, and in a competition, right-handed with a referee, he has never lost in a hook. Anybody that's hooked Mike right-handed, he's beaten. And he's gone to some big tournaments in Arizona. He beat Eric Wolf and Dustin Allen, who trains with John Brzenk. He went up to Hawthorne, Nevada, beat Cody Merritt, beat me. He's my last loss in a tournament. He's crazy strong. He had a super match with Jordan Sill. Jordan went there in the hook the first round and pulled him right across the table. No one pinned him in a hook. So that's an impressive, especially like 2.5 years. That's an impressive feat to still be able to say like no one can pin him in a hook right-handed. So he's going to be going against Corey West, like hook monster, right? So I'm really excited to see how that goes.
They're going to do round one, aren't
yeah,
they?
I think they're round one, and then Robbie Burnett's in there. Now Robbie naturally has always been attacked hand. I think mostly like a top roller and likes to pull out outside and stuff like that. So I think Robbie will be kind of the wild card in those three. You know what I mean? The one top roller kind of, and then the two guys that are going to be trying to slam into a hook with everybody. But I'm excited to see my boy go all out against Corey and see. And I'm going to be cheering for my boy, and I also get to see how strong Corey is. I know how strong Mike is, and if Corey can just hold Mike like a child, that's going to trip me out because I can't hold Mike like a child. So I'm really excited to see kind of how that pans out. I don't know. I mean, I was telling Mike if I feel
Mike
like
explosive.
yeah, he's definitely more explosive than me, that's for sure. It depends on who gets their spot. I think that if Corey goes fast and gets to a spot quick, I mean, I think he could pick Levon up off the pad maybe first round. If you don't get ready for Corey, I feel like just at least from the outside, and he shoots to a spot like you're moving sideways. There's just too much. I think there's too much going there. So it's really on Mike's start and how Mike initiates and if he can get to his move, and then I'm really interested to see how it looks after that. And then in terms of Robbie Burnett, like he's always such a wild card. And what Robbie shows up, is he big, strong Robbie? Is he just I've been chilling on the couch Robbie? And what form of Robbie Burnett shows up? Because if a top form Robbie shows up, he's beat a ton of amazing pullers. I mean, he beat Murtala at the Arnold's, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
he beat Michael.
He's beating the same people Corey has. Corey's beating Michael. He's beating Murtala.
He hasn't beat Krasi.
Oh.
But either way, Robbie Burnett is super impressive, and I know that a top form Robbie can bang with the best of them, and so I'm really excited to see how his hand holds up with my boy Mike and with Corey, because I mean I think everybody's interested to see Corey pull more and more and more, right? So yeah, I mean I'm interested in watching that. I think Corey has to be listed as the heavy favorite, and I definitely want to see how the other two guys can do with him.
Yeah, I mean I think Corey's a favorite. I think it's very like Robbie. I don't think he has any lane because I just think it's almost impossible to top roll Corey's hand now.
It's crazy.
It is really difficult to do. We've seen Todd Hutchins stop him in a hook and pull him back over, right? You know, that's Todd Hutchins.
No.
And there were some factors at that event that Corey was not aware of going into it. I'm going to go ahead and lay them out here for you real quick. It was supposed to be 7x7 pads. They ended up being 7x9 pads. So it gave Todd 2 more inches to back pressure.
Right.
The table is a design that James Smith came up years ago to keep you from getting table scars on your off arm, like your hand peg arm. So they shaved the corners off. When you shave the corners off, instead of have a single leg, or the leg moves in from the corner 3 inches.
It's more narrow.
So the table's much more narrow. And you're a guy Corey's size, he felt completely uncomfortable. Now, I'm not saying that would have changed the outcome. But he'd never put on that table before, one that narrow, and he thought he was going to be on 7x7 pads. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Does that make a difference? But the funny thing is, people are like, Todd Hutchins just destroyed Corey. Well, he won 3-2. Oh, yeah, but he just did it the other day. Well, it was 6 months ago. Yeah. You know, it wasn't the other day. It was October. We're in May. You know what I mean? So it's not like it happened the other day. I would love to see that match ran back. I honestly would. That's my opinion on Todd Hutchins, Corey West. I would love to see that match ran back. Obviously, we're going to see Corey pull John first and me pull Todd first, but that's a match I'd love to see again.
And people have John as a favorite over Todd. I think in most polls, I think a lot of people are saying John Brzenk would beat Todd Hutchins right now.
Right. Now, if Corey was to beat John, does that therefore mean he would beat Todd?
At least gives him the right to challenge him again, I think.
It absolutely does. But, you know, styles make matches, and where Todd is freakishly strong is not the same spot. John's very strong there, but he's not freakishly strong there. John's hand and wrist is freakishly strong, right? So it's interesting. But
Texas Piranha says, isn't Corey pulling Ryan left the same day? And how do y'all think those matches will affect each other?
He is pulling Ryan left. I don't think it'll have an effect. I don't. I mean, whether he pulls.
Well,
the
let's
right
put it
person-
like this. If you don't remember, I'm going to break it down for you. Corey pulled Dave Chafee back a year ago, December, something like that.
December 2020,
December 2020, left-handed.
year and a half ago.
Freaking tore his bicep
Yeah, his bicep was torn off the bone,
off the bone.
and it had it iced up, wrapped up. Didn't hold the hand peg and get up there and beat Wayne Withers 3-0 right-handed.
He
30 minutes
smashed Wayne Withers right-handed.
without using his
3-0.
left arm.
Yeah.
Like
So I think
I don't
that-
think it's going to have an effect.
I don't
I mean,
Yeah.
if you could pull someone the level of Wayne Withers,
Wayne Withers is no joke.
when your left arm is your bicep just tore off the bone, and you're just sitting there like this and you're pulling him. I don't.
Because we thought it was over for him.
I thought Corey's going home. I was like, it's over. Let's go.
The only thing I'm thinking about is that, like, that's a lot. Okay, I think Corey's a big dude. Rhinus is a big dude. Probably with big dudes, usually it's over quick, one way or the other, right? It's over pretty
It's a
quick.
lot of mass.
So in terms of endurance, in terms of CNS, if that becomes a crazy war and Corey lets out his screams and then pulls a right-handed, round robin, I wonder how that can affect him, or if that would.
What we have seen is Corey get that emotional adrenaline after the first flash,
Mhm.
and then sink right after that. If you notice the match with Krasi, he never celebrated until the last match was over.
Right.
So he would not
Trying to
he would
contain
not
that.
be able to celebrate. If he pulled Ryan first, he would not be able to do that celebration until after he got the right-hand match out of the way,
Yeah,
because it could have an adrenaline dump from him.
I just watch for that. I think that'd be the biggest thing.
Well, I think it's about time, baby.
Scotty, Michael, huge fan here. USAF vet here. Love you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Will any upcoming matches be on TV, ESPN, etc.?
Nothing's
Gonna be free on
scheduled
Facebook and
currently.
YouTube?
Yeah, free on Facebook and YouTube. The next Monster Factory event. There's a lot of things going on. There is some stuff going on behind the scenes for some potential TV production. Just whether or not it comes to fruition or not, I don't know.
I feel like there's always something behind the scenes. I've been secretly contacted about so many reality shows and things going on over the years, or the last 7 years I've heard about.
So many people have so many ideas, but we'll
whether
just
it
see how they
happens or
pan
not,
out. Guys, thank you so much for hanging with us. We've
Yeah,
gone
thanks,
an
guys.
hour and 22
That's way
minutes.
too long.
I've got so much to do.
We got a lot
You
to
have
do.
been awesome. Derek, again, thank you so much for bringing
Thanks for taking care of him, Bridget.
here, and you guys have been absolutely awesome.
You saved him from getting the door beat on.
Justin Bent, what perks does anyone get for joining as a member? Well, Michael's already, thank you so much for
Their super chat. Appreciate
for
it.
the super chat. As a member, you get first access to videos. Most videos, when I release them first to our members, usually the night before that they go live the next day, unless I do not have time. So most of the time, but also members only videos. You will have access to those. Our members only right now have access to a training session with Michael and Corey that was just specifically for those members. It was really cool.
Right.
And at the Monster Factory arm wrestling event, only our members will be, and forever, it will never go live to the public, will be able to see the after polling with John Brzenk, Michael Todd,
Todd Hutchins,
Corey West, just
everyone.
everybody,
Everyone
right?
that's here for that event, we will go live after the event
Right.
to our members only.
Our members only. So
Yeah.
super. That's a
Because we're doing the card and it's not a pay-per-view. That's what
Right.
the pay-per-view is. It's a
Right.
membership, right? So we appreciate the members who have supported us, and we don't want to take that option away from them. So we're still giving you that behind the scenes, that membership privileges, and that is going to be an exciting night, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So just to have the cameras rolling and get to be able to watch that, I think it'll be just as entertaining as the live event.
Power Man, thank you. I'm sure to love you too. Said love you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Members also get super chats back each month for free. I was not aware of that. Alejandro, thank you so much for your support. There's not a question attached. If
Appreciate
you
the
wanted there
support.
to be a question, contact Michael on Facebook
That's
or
my boy, Alex De La
Instagram.
Torre. He trains with Voskin. He's the last
Oh.
California State champ. Right?
Oh yeah. I know
Tony
him.
Thomason.
He's
Yeah.
pretty strong.
Ah.
Yeah, he's super strong.
Yeah, he's got isn't he a good hooker?
Yeah, he's training his ass off right now. He's coming up. We just practiced
Yeah.
Meg Mike. Me and Meg Mike just practiced last week.
Nah, I thought
Yeah.
that when I saw the twirl, I thought that was who he was. He's strong.
Yeah. Thank you
He's
so
done
much
LA Fit Expo quite a bit.
Then he went to Worlds. He's been around.
Strong guy.
for joining in, guys. We're going to end this because we got a lot of packing and sleeping to do. Y'all been awesome. Thank
Have a
you
good
so
night,
much.
guys. Take care.
Yes.